Hi there, I'm Brissa Cabe, the Digital Learning Specialist here at LCMS. Welcome to our App Chat for Educators podcast, where we'll explore different apps, instructional strategies, and other digital resources for education. Thanks for tuning in. This week, I'm here with two members of our LCMS family, Brenda Cunningham and Maggie Webb. Ladies, please tell us a little bit about yourselves and your roles here on campus.
Okay. Thanks, Brissa. Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
We're
for
excited
sure.
to do this.
Thank you.
I'm Brenda Cunningham, and I'm the librarian for LCMS. This is my 8th year in the library, my 5th year at middle school, and my first year to be full-time on this campus.
And I'm Maggie Webb, and I'm the library assistant at LCMS. I've been with the district for 12 years and the last 5 here at LC.
Well, welcome to our podcast. I'm really glad to have both of you. And working in our library, you both hold open the doorway to some of the best resources that our kids can access, books. But it may be a little known fact among our staff that the library actually has a lot more to offer our students and teachers alike. Last week, you showed me a few of the digital resources our library provides. Would you mind giving us a little insight into the digital aspect of our library and what it has to offer?
Sure, Brissa, I'd love to talk about that because we have lots of resources that are available to both students and teachers, and it's kind of the best kept secret in the library. So, the Texas State Library and Archives provides premium digital resources for all Texas public school students and their families through TextQuest. And so these are all premium digital resources that are vetted and safe for students to use.
Oh, good.
So you know how when students are given a research topic and they Google something and they get 500,000 hits,
Oh, yeah.
right? And you never know what you're going to get when you click on it. So these are all websites that are safe. They're not going to get some questionable content when they click on something. So these are available for students to use. The district provides them to us through the state of Texas. So basically we have tons of digital resources that can be used. So I'm just going to go through a few of the resources with you and tell you what we have available.
Sounds great.
So the first thing that we have is Encyclopedia Britannica online. So it's just kind of a digital version of the old school, big volume set of encyclopedias that everybody had in the library, and you had to go and you had to look up stuff. And so now it's all online. So it makes it really easy for students to use. Click to search and find what they're looking for. Britannica also provides a Spanish version for Spanish speakers. And then they also have something called Britannica Image Quest, which is really cool. So I know that teachers might assign some sort of a research project or a project where students have to find images and put them, maybe into a slideshow or something like that. And so usually their first go-to is to Google something and they copy and paste it into their assignment, which is not the best thing to do because it's copyright. You're breaking
Right.
copyright. And so
And kids don't always understand that.
no, they don't understand that. They don't think about it. And so Britannica provides millions of photographs that are free to use. They are rights cleared images, and so they can use anything that they can find on the Britannica Image Quest.
Oh, wow.
They can use in their projects, and it's fine to use. So that's pretty cool. That's something new that they have this year that they haven't always had. We also have some Gale resources. They provide magazine and news articles and reference articles. They also provide images that are rights cleared to use. We have something called Learn 360, which has video and audio files, maps and diagrams. They also provide science, STEM, and math activities. So these resources are not just for ELAR teachers. So anybody, any content area can use these resources. They are all TEKS compatible. They're Google Classroom compatible. And so it kind of makes it easy to use.
Sounds easy all around, user-friendly, very simple and clear-cut, and especially that it's accessible for all content areas. I think that's pretty powerful.
Yes, absolutely. We also have something called ProQuest Sears Discover, which also has magazine and news articles. They have websites and interactive learning games. And also one thing that I didn't mention is any of these resources have translations into like 55 different languages.
Wow.
So I know that we're getting some more students in that are speaking something other than English or Spanish. And so these resources, you can translate the content into their language, which makes it really nice.
That's very helpful, and having that accessibility for those kids makes sure that these resources can reach every learner.
Yes, absolutely. Another resource that we have available through Gale, which is part of TextQuest, is called Gale in Context Biography. So if students are trying to do a research project over a particular person in history or just a notable person in general, this resource has biographical and contextual information on notable people throughout history. So it's going to have lots of different information. It'll have images, videos, text that you can use that students can get for any research project that they're working on. Another resource that is available, and I would guess it's more for high school, is something called Learning Express Library, but some of our teachers might be interested in that, and so they have practice tests and resources for college and career exploration. So I know that they have some practice tests for some of the entrance exams for different things that you can get on there and practice. Then we also have access to Nat Geo Kids, which has a lot of primary content, but they also have a lot of great content for middle school kids too. We have also something called teachingbooks.net, and so this is kind of one of my favorite resources that you can go in and create a free account, and you have access to, thousands and thousands of different book resources. There's author interviews, you can get clips of authors reading parts of their books, you can have websites, it will create games for a certain book that you're reading. It's just a really cool resource for teachers and for students, for doing research too. We also have Gale Interactive Science, which has 3D models in biology, chemistry, science, and more, which would be great for the science teachers to use, and health also. We also have a collection of elementary ebooks. We used to have access to a lot more, but they've kind of pared it down a little bit. So we do have some lower level ebooks if teachers are needing those for students to read too. So you can click on those to access those. And so all of these websites are accessed with IP authentication. So if they're accessed from a Lubbock Cooper device, there's not going to be a password necessary to utilize the devices.
Okay.
And so that makes it really nice. If you happen to access from home on your own device, then I can provide usernames and passwords for you. But otherwise, they make it really easy to use.
So where do teachers need to go to access all of these resources? Do you have like a one-stop shop for it, or?
I do. So we can be accessed through the district website is one way. So if you go to lcisd.net and you click on the middle school and then you click on the library, that's going to take you to our Lubbock Cooper Middle School library website. And so on there will be a page that says TextQuest resources. You can click on that and then choose the resource that you're looking for. It has a button for each of the different resources with a little blurb underneath that tells you about what each one is. So that's one way that you can access. Also, I have QR codes.
Oh, good.
They're in the libraries and in the ELAR teacher classrooms, and I have more available. So if you would like a QR code that your students can scan or that you can scan, and it'll take you to our library website where you can access the TextQuest resources, I'll be more than happy to give you one. Anyway, that's how you access our stuff.
I think this is such valuable information for all teachers because, like you already said, and I just want to reiterate, it's all safe, reliable sources.
Yes.
And when our kids use Google, we don't always know what they're getting themselves into. There's rabbit holes they can fall down.
It's scary.
They don't always have those digital citizenship skills to determine and differentiate between those reliable sources and the things that are a little bit more questionable.
For sure.
It's also good to know that all of this is not just for RLA.
No.
That science, history, math, elective teachers, they can all access this.
Yes.
And their students can access this too for whatever they're doing in class.
Yes,
So.
absolutely. And if you would like more information on any of these, I'd be more than happy to visit with you. Just come see me in the library.
Perfect. So is there anything else either of you would like to share before we wrap up our time together?
I would just like to say, we love seeing students and staff in the library. So just come see us and we'll be happy either to check out a book to you, or if you have research needs that we'll just share with you about that.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. Well, Brenda, Maggie, thank you so much for joining me today to share all of the resources our library has to offer. While many of us often think the library is a place for just RLA content and curriculum, it's so good to know that any content area can make use of the safe, reliable digital resources that the library website has to offer. Listeners, stay tuned in the coming weeks for more AppChats with other LCMS educators. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time. If you have a tech tool, a digital learning strategy, or something else that you would love to share, let me know. I would love to have an app chat with you.